The referee tonight is from Poland. It's Szymon Marciniak, and we're about to get underway. It's Inter Milan in their traditional blue and black striped shirts, black shorts and black socks, shooting from right to left against Barcelona in their changed all green strip, shooting from left to right. And immediately Lamine Yamal puts the ball into the box towards Ferran Torres, and his shot is blocked and it goes out for a corner. But inside 22 seconds, Barcelona nearly created a chance, of course, last week. Inter scored inside 30 seconds thanks to a goal from Marcus Thuram. But in fact, the offside flag has gone up on this occasion against Torres, and Inter will have a free kick just outside their 6-yard box. To Barcelona, it's a round of applause from Simone Inzaghi for that clearance. The Inter boss, of course, the winners of this contest will face either Arsenal Garcia throws the ball down the line. Torres is battling with Acerbi, and Acerbi wants a free kick, and he's screaming at the assistant referee, but it went out for a Barcelona throw-in instead. And Frankie de Jong, who is the first choice left back. Martin, though, has had plenty of experience in this competition this season. This is his 8th appearance, the 23-year-old. Dumfries throws the ball towards Thuram. He controls it with his chest beautifully. And then Verona can't keep the ball in play, and Barcelona now have it with Martinez, and that's really good close control to get away from Thuram, but then kicks the ball into Barella, and the ball goes out of play on the far side. It was kind of surprising for Inter to concede 3 goals last week, because before that they'd only conceded 5 in the whole competition and kept 8 clean sheets. They say they've been focusing on their defending, and will they be able to do better today? As Lamine Yamal skips past 2 players and then is fouled by DiMarco and earns Barcelona a free kick about 10 yards into Inter's half. He skipped away from the first challenge from DiMarco, got away from Mkhitaryan. DiMarco came back for more, and he brought down the talented 17-year-old. Who is certainly playing with a smile on his face at the moment. And that should be a good battle, because DiMarco is a very talented player. He prefers going forward than backwards, and unfortunately I think for him he'll be doing more defending than attacking against the very talented Lamine Yamal. So Barcelona have a throw-in on the far side, which Martin is preparing to take. Olmo picks the ball up. He's able to find Torres. He gives it back to Olmo, who's on the attack. It's out with Rafinha. First time cross, and it nearly comes to Torres. It's cleared by the feet of Jan Sommer. De Jong loses possession and Inter try to come away with it, but they can only find Eric Garcia. It comes out to Lamine Yamal on this right hand side. He comes onto his favourite left foot. It's a deep cross towards the back post, but it's just a little bit too far for Rafinha, and it goes out for a goal kick. But Barcelona have looked lively in that final third, certainly when Lamine Yamal gets possession of the football. Of course, last week he became the youngest player in Champions League history to score in the semi-finals as DeMarco's cross is cut out. He's actually earned his side a free kick about 15 yards into Barcelona's half on this Inter left-hand side. He was just pulled back by Eric Garcia. Garcia in the Barcelona side this evening because of an injury to Jules Koundé, the France right back. So Bastoni is preparing to take this free kick, and there's no way that Lamine Yamal is 10 yards away. But Bastoni knocks it back anyway. It's now with Cherby. Interestingly, Hakan Çalhanoğlu has just dropped between the defenders and he plays the ball out to Bastoni. Çalhanoğlu with a lovely ball over to Denzel Dumfries, but he just can't control it. The Dutch fullback, terrific vision from the Turkish midfielder. The pass just had a little bit too much zip. Martin throws it to Rafinha. He plays it back to Martinez. Of course, there's been a lot of talk in Milan in the last 24 hours as to whether this Inter side can replicate what the great Inter side of 2009-2010 did, knocking off Barcelona in the semi-finals before going on to win the trophy and complete a treble under Jose Mourinho. Gazzetta dello Sport was actually comparing each one of the players from that side in 09-10 to the 11 out on the field tonight. Pedri now spreads it out to Martinez, and he just knocks it back to his goalkeeper Szczesny. Pau Kubasi, the very talented young teenager. Garcia into the feet of Ferran Torres, who controls it brilliantly to find Lamine Yamal, and he is looking really silky. He's evaded two challenges already, and his pass through to Olmo was cut out, and Inter eventually clear it through Bissek high into the sky towards Thuram. His touch isn't a good one, and now Barca have it with Garcia. Yamal just knocks it back to Kubasi on the halfway line. Out to Garcia. Normally he prefers to play centre back, but he's at right back today, Eric Garcia, as Yamal flicks the ball over the head of DeMarco to Pedri. Pedri on the edge of the area. Pulls it out to Gerard Martin. It's a cross into the box. It's headed out by Cherby. It's cleared by DeMarco. High into the sky again towards Thuram, but Martinez gets a foot in, and then Lautaro Martinez tries to spread it over to Dumfries, who's trying to get past Martin. Martin's trying to grab the shoulder of the Dutch defender, who's now found his way into the box. He's got Thuram to his left, and in the end he loses possession. He just took a little too long. Denzel Dumfries. There's a really good battle between him and Gerard Martin, and Dumfries was pulled twice there, and play continued. He then checked back. Martin fell to the ground, but Dumfries just took a little bit too long. The ball is knocked over the top to Ferran Torres, and he's done well to get to the ball ahead of Cherby, and then he kicks the ball off the veteran defender. 7 years of age. Pace won't be his strongest asset. It looks like Ferran Torres certainly has the running of him. It's a loose touch by Rafinha. Çalhanoğlu does brilliantly to find Barella. Barella just runs into Pedri. A little bit loose from both sides at the moment, and eventually the ball goes back to Íñigo Martínez, the Barcelona defender. Minutes played at the San Siro. It's Inter Milan 0, Barcelona 0. It's 3-3 on aggregate. Rafinha, Gerard Martin, Íñigo Martínez. Not a great ball over to Garcia, but he did manage to reach the right back. Lamine Yamal. His pass to Olmo is cut out by Çalhanoğlu. And Bastoni plays the ball back to Jan Sommer. Some clever feet. Far side. Çalhanoğlu tries to flick the ball over the top, but Barcelona had a really high line and Inter had 2, maybe 3 players offside. The ball went out of play anyway. Lamine Yamal looks really up for it already in this game. He's got 5 goals in this competition. Barcelona scored 40 times. They're not far behind the record, which is actually Barcelona scoring 45 goals in the 90. Clearance by Martinez for Barcelona. Bastoni brings the ball down and he knocks it back to Sommer. Sommer's clearance was cut out by Barca, and Rafinha's trying to make his way on the left hand side, but the ball goes out of play, coming off an Inter defender, and Barca will have a throw on the far side, which Gerard Martin will prepare to take. Throws it. Eric Garcia, who's quite tucked in at right back. As De Jong now has it on the halfway line. He spreads it out wide to Martin. De Jong once more. The Dutch international midfielder. Rafinha loses possession. Dumfries with the tackle there, and Lautaro Martinez is on the attack. He plays the ball through to Marcus Thuram, who is through on goal. I'm sure he's going to be offside. He's trying to round the goalkeeper, but Szczesny gets there anyway, and then the flag goes up on the far side. Brilliant goalkeeping from Szczesny. Thuram was clearly offside. Íñigo Martínez was very confident. He didn't even race back, unlike Kubasi and Eric Garcia. Olmo, Pedri, De Jong. Pedri in the centre circle. Tries to break forward. He tries to flick the ball over the top towards Rafinha. It's a little bit heavy and Martin won't get there either. And Dumfries is able to just shield the ball out of play. Of course, Rafinha has had a terrific Champions League season. He's scored 12 goals. He's assisted 9. He's been absolutely brilliant for Barcelona this season, the former Leeds attacker. Barcelona now have it in the centre circle with Eric Garcia. Ball comes through to Torres, but in to win the ball back. Çalhanoğlu just returns it to his goalkeeper Sommer, who's closed down very quickly by Rafinha, so he has to clear. Pedri now has it for Barcelona. Comes out to Lamine Yamal. Garcia's to his right. Shot comes in from Lamine Yamal, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. He got onto his favoured left foot, but he couldn't put it either side of Jan Sommer. And in the end, it was easy for the Swiss keeper to gather. Çalhanoğlu with a brilliant turn to get away from Frenkie de Jong, and then Lautaro Martinez flicks the ball forward to DeMarco, but Szczesny's come out of his goal and he boots it clear. And it was through to Bastoni, who had a loose touch, but fortunately for him, Çalhanoğlu had dropped deep, and now Bastoni has it. Out to Dumfries. Barella is surging forward. Barella gets the ball from Dumfries, right on the far touchline. Ball comes back to Çalhanoğlu. Mkhitaryan through to Marcus Thuram on the edge of the area, tries to get a shot in. I think it's come off a defender. Kubasi looked very close to touching the ball, but I think it's gone for a goal kick in the end. Barcelona wanted an offside, but I think Thuram was just onside, you know. Wasn't a great effort in the end from Thuram. Marcus Thuram, of course, son of the tries to thread the ball through to Lautaro Martinez, but Barcelona were able to defend. Now Martin hooks the ball forward towards Torres. Bastoni wins the header, and that's really cool. He nods it back to Acerbi, who then cushions it down to Mkhitaryan, but it's a loose pass from the Armenian. Barca try to attack, but then Acerbi again cushions the header down to Sommer. Rolls it to the feet of Çalhanoğlu, who gives it back to the goalkeeper. Bastoni being closed down by Yamal. Lovely 1-2 with DeMarco, and now Bastoni is racing forward. Plays out to his left to Mkhitaryan, who's got a little bit of space. He looks up, tries to play the ball into Lautaro Martinez, but Kubasi, I think it was, who made the clearance. Brilliant defending. It was a great break, and it was all from Bastoni charging forward. He's a tall player, and he really gallops forward, and it was a lovely ball to Mkhitaryan. In the end, it was cleared just before it could reach Lautaro Martinez. He's gone out for a corner kick. Take. Cross comes in. Headed out at the near post by Barcelona. Inter will get a throw in right by the corner flag. Bastoni has come over to take it. You'd expect he'll be launching this right on the edge of the 6-yard box. And he does just that. It's towards Bisek, but Barcelona defend well, and it goes out for a corner. Jan Bisek, the German international. And this time it'll be Federico DeMarco, who's preparing to take this corner kick. Çalhanoğlu is an option short. He gives it to the Turkey midfielder. Cross, shot. It was poor from Çalhanoğlu, but it did come off the foot of Frenkie de Jong, and Inter have another corner kick, this time on the far side. And Çalhanoğlu is racing over to take it. This will be a right-footed outswinger from the far side. Cross comes in towards the penalty spot. Doesn't find anyone. It comes out to DeMarco. He's been closed down by Yamal. He tries to take the ball around the 17-year-old. But Yamal comes out on top, and he'll try to break for Barcelona. He plays the ball inside. Pedri. There's a blind pass, though, by the Spaniards, and it comes to Jan Bisek. Into the feet of Marcus Thuram with a lovely little flick, but it was well read by Inigo Martinez, and Inter now have a thrown on the far side. Vincent Dumfries will prepare to take it very shortly. Inter just getting themselves back into position, getting their shape back. Dumfries knocks it towards Thuram, who brings it down nicely. He's been marked closely by Inigo Martinez. He then falls down in the box following the challenge of Martin. The referee just ignores it, and Jan Bisek is then brought down. Inter still have the ball though with Çalhanoğlu. He flicks it over to Dumfries. He flicks the ball over to Barella. He flicks it over. Martinez shot comes in with the left foot straight at Szczesny. He palms the ball high in the sky. He catches it at the second attempt. His right foot over Inigo Martinez, made the shot with his left. It was well saved by the Polish goalkeeper Szczesny. DeMarco wins the ball back, and Dumfries is through on goal. He squares it to Lautaro Martinez, who has scored for Inter Milan, and the Italian side have taken the lead, and the substitutes run onto the pitch. Simone Inzaghi's side have taken the lead. Unbelievable scenes at the San Siro. And Hansi Flick cannot believe it, the Barcelona coach. Barcelona loose in possession. DeMarco won it back. He played a first time pass with his left foot through to Dumfries. The Dutchman was through on goal, but he decided to square it to a man he knows and trusts, the Inter captain, Lautaro Martinez, scoring his 9th goal of this competition. That's his 21st goal ever in the Champions League for Inter Milan. No one has scored more goals for Inter in this competition than Lautaro Martinez. 9 goals in 13 matches. We're in the 23rd minute and it's Inter 1, Barcelona 0. Robert Lewandowski can only watch on the substitutes bench as Inter now lead 4 goals to 3 on aggregate. Olmo goes down under the challenge of Bastoni. And now Kubasi has it for Barcelona, inside to De Jong. Kubasi. He's on the halfway line. Goes back to De Jong. He's in the centre circle. It goes out to Rafinha. He's got Gerard Martin to his left. He gets the ball, the left back, and then knocks it back to Inigo Martinez. De Jong. Eric Garcia with a little bit of space. Lamine Yamal is just coming into a more central area. DeMarco's trying to make the challenge, but Lamine Yamal keeps going and the ball will go out of play. And Inter will have a goal kick, and Yamal immediately complains to the referee. He felt he was fouled by DeMarco, and I think he's got a good argument there. Eventually Barella came to help. DeMarco's celebrating like he scored a goal. Bastoni has a loose pass cut out, but Inter now have it. With Barella, it's flicked over the top towards Thuram. Kubasi wins the header. De Jong now. Ball goes out wide. Barcelona on the attack, and then they decide to check back. It comes back to Inigo Martinez. Rafinha, who's just dropped into a central area. Olmo to Lamine Yamal. He'll try to run at DeMarco. Cross comes in from Lamine Yamal. It's headed clear by Bisek. Barcelona win the ball back. Comes to Eric Garcia. He thinks about a cross. He plays it inside to Pedri, who's right on the edge of the 6-yard box. He crosses it inside and it nearly goes in, but it's cleared. It's a last-ditch challenge. Barcelona are appealing for a penalty. They want a handball in there. Pedri's raced over to the referee. There's a Cherby with the brilliant piece of defending. Not really sure if it hit his hand or not. That was a little bit more hard to tell as Simone Inzaghi watches on and Inter take their time, although I think VAR is having a look at this. The Cherby was on the ground. He made the challenge. He headed the ball. Pedri's claiming that there's a handball in there. It was Olmo who got there first ahead of a Cherby. And the referee says, no penalty, play on, let's go. And in the end, Inter decide to just hoist the ball forward into Barcelona's half, but it goes out of play on the far side. Denzel Dumfries wasn't very happy with that pass forward. Rafinha on the far side. His pass is cut out by Mkhitaryan. Goal, and he plays it back to Sommer, who clears first time with his right foot towards Marcus Thuram. Kubasi wins the header. Mkhitaryan goes down. It's brilliant play by Thuram, but in the end Kubasi is able to knock the ball back to Szczesny. Eric Garcia. Inside to Frenkie de Jong. 75,000 people are in the San Siro tonight. It's Inter Milan 1, Barcelona 0, 4-3 on aggregate. We're in the 27th minute as Lamine Yamal, the talented Barcelona winger, has the ball on the right hand side. He's right on the edge of the penalty area. He plays it inside towards Olmo. He was being marked very, very closely by Bastoni, and Inter managed to clear. DeMarco's pass is cut out. Pedri now has it. DeMarco has it again. He'll just boot it clear this time towards Thuram. He chests it down to Barella, and Inter have the chance to break here. It's 3-on-2, and the ball is played over the top towards Lautaro Martinez, but Frenkie de Jong is there to help out his defence, and he hooks the ball clear. Lamine Yamal on the right hand side, and he releases it to Dani Olmo. It's 2-on-2 at the moment. Olmo is racing into the box. He's got one defender in front of him. Shot comes in, but it goes wide. He just hesitated a little bit, the former Leipzig attacker. And Cherby and Çalhanoğlu just did enough to put off the Spanish midfielder. But Barcelona do have a corner kick here. Kubasi, Martinez, Garcia, all coming forward for this corner kick. They're all gathered just inside the penalty area. No one's in the 6-yard box. Cross comes in towards the near post. Headed clear by Mkhitaryan. And it goes out for a throw, and on the far side. De Jong to Pedri. Pedri has time and space just inside Inter's half. Been closed down now by Martinez. He plays it inside to Garcia. Slightly loose touch by De Jong, and Lautaro Martinez tries to make the challenge, but De Jong still has the ball. Rafinha has just dropped into a more central area. Ball goes out to Martin on the far side. Comes inside to De Jong. Pedri has a little bit of room, thinks about a shot, he goes for it, but he goes over the bar. He's such a talented player, Pedri, that if it was anyone else, you'd question them shooting from that range, but a player with his quality, it was worth an effort. As DeMarco now has it at left back for Inter. Plays it down the line towards Mkhitaryan. Slightly loose touch. He's able to find DeMarco, and DeMarco clears, but only as far as Pedri. He chests the ball down, brings it forward. He tries to Play it into the feet of Ferran Torres. It was a bit of a heavy pass, but Bissek slips as he tries to clear. Fortunately for him, Barella is there. But Barella makes a loose touch, and Rafinha now has it for Barcelona. Low cross into the 6-yard box. It's a brilliant piece of defending from Bastoni. The pass was towards Ferran Torres, but Bastoni's long legs were able to stop it from causing more danger, and it goes out for a corner kick. He really is a terrific defender, Alessandro Bastoni, the Italian international. Barcelona have a corner on the far side. It comes in towards the near post. Sommer punches clear. He had the opportunity to catch it there, but he went for the acrobatics. Half an hour played. Inter Milan 1, Barcelona 0. It's the UEFA Champions League semi-finals, second leg. Inter leading 4-3 on aggregate. Kubasi. Lovely pass to Pedri, who's breaking forward for Barcelona. But his pass to Olmo was just behind the former Leipzig man, but Barcelona get the ball back. The cross comes in from Martinez, punched out again by Sommer. That didn't look very confident at all from the former Bayern goalkeeper. Rafinha. His pass is cut out, but Pedri has it once more. Rafinha again, he's dropping into a more central area. De Jong looks up, plays it out wide to Martin. Cross comes in, it's cut out by Inter Milan, and Acerbi clears. Inigo Martinez doesn't do a very good header, and it goes out for an Inter throw-in on the far side. He's complaining to his teammates that they should have given him a call, that he could have brought the ball down. As Denzel Dumfries has the ball ready for a throw-in. He's in no rush with Inter having the lead. Barcelona actually have a really poor record against Italian clubs. In fact, they've got a really bad record against Inter at the San Siro. They've only won one of their last 6. And in fact, in their last 24 trips to Italy in the Champions League, they've only won 5 times, and they are behind tonight. Çalhanoğlu knocks the ball back to Sommer. Bastoni inside his own area. Plays it to his left to Mkhitaryan. Bastoni surges forward. It's flicked over by Mkhitaryan to the defender, who's on a galloping run, but it was well read, and Barcelona have the ball back now with Olmo. He's clipped by DeMarco, and he wins a free kick for Barcelona right by the centre spot. Barca take it quickly, and Yamal now has it on the right hand side. He'll try to run it to DeMarco. He does well. He is onto his favoured left foot. He plays it back to Garcia. Cross comes in towards the back post, and the touch is made by Ferran Torres, but he can't get it on target. And Garcia cannot believe it. He is complaining. It was a decent delivery from Garcia. Bissek was just in front of Torres, but Torres did manage to wrap his foot around the defender, get a touch of the ball, but it went wide, and Garcia is saying that Ferran Torres should have come closer to attack the ball, should have been nearer to the cross. Some of the fans in the San Siro are bouncing up and down. The fans of Inter Milan with their side in the lead, thanks to a goal from Lautaro Martinez. Frankie de Jong out to Eric Garcia. Lays it down the line to Pedri on this right hand side. Yamal being marked closely by DeMarco. He's tripped there by the defender, and he wins a free kick. And got to say, DeMarco's got to be close to getting a yellow card pretty soon. He's made a number of fouls already. Martin plays the ball down the line towards Rafinha. It's cut out by Bissek. And then he kicks it off the Brazilian for a throw-in on the far side. Of course, Barcelona are still currently in contention for a treble. They have a 4-point lead at the top of La Liga over Real Madrid with 4 games to go. They've already won the Copa del Rey, beating Real Madrid in the final. And they are behind in this semi-final of the UEFA Champions League as Barca are on the attack with Olmo. Comes out to Lamine Yamal in the box and he shoots with his right foot and it just goes wide, and Ferran Torres tries to slide forward to get a touch, but he doesn't reach it and it goes out for a goal kick. And it all stemmed from a loose pass from Lautaro Martinez. Barcelona then quickly hit them on the break, and Olmo had options left and right. He went right to Lamine Yamal. His shot came in with his right foot. He was being closed down by Bastoni. You're not sure if it's really a cross or a shot, but either way, the ball went out of play. Little concern right now over Dani Olmo, but he's back on his feet after receiving a quick bit of medical attention. In the 37th minute, it's Inter Milan 1, Barcelona 0, 4-3 on aggregate. And Hakan Çalhanoğlu has now been booked. I think that was for a challenge in the build-up to that attack by Barcelona. I'm guessing for the challenge on Olmo, but I'm not certain of that. As Sommer kicks the ball forward. Pedri gets a touch. Dumfries tries to flick it forward towards Lautaro Martinez. The ball is very loose at the moment. Comes out to Dumfries on the edge of the area. He tries to put a cross in, it's cut out. Comes back out to Barella. His shot is blocked. And Inter will have a throw-in on the far side, and that's got the crowd going once more in the San Siro. And you know that Dumfries is looking to launch it because Bissek has again gone forward from central defence to plant himself right on the edge of the 6-yard box. It's a long one from Dumfries. It's a little bit short to Bissek, but the ball came out and a shot comes in. It just goes wide. It was Mkhitaryan with the effort. He hit it on the volley. Really sweet, and it was going towards the far post. Szczesny dived slowly to his right. He wouldn't have got there, but it just went the wrong side of the post. As Çalhanoğlu has the ball on the halfway line for Inter now. Martin wins the ball back. Inter though have it once more, and it's played back to the keeper Sommer, who clears it first time. He slightly miskicks it. Dumfries tries to keep it in play, but it goes out on the far side. Frenkie de Jong inside to Pedri. Inigo Martinez on the halfway line. Back to de Jong. Out to Eric Garcia. Back with Kubasi now. Lovely touch by de Jong into Pedri. Comes out to Yamal on this near side. He'll try to run it to Marco again. Mkhitaryan's coming over to help. He's just getting into the box. He comes onto his favourite left foot. It's a brilliant challenge by Bastoni once more. Yamal goes down in a heap. Play continues. Barca have it once more though with Garcia. Pedri. Yamal is back to his feet. Pedri out to Rafinha. Pedri once more. Into the feet of Ferran Torres, but Inter nick the ball back and it comes out to Thuram, who releases Dumfries. Lautaro Martinez is in the box. Cross comes in, it comes straight off a Barcelona defender. It goes out for a throw-in. Dumfries could see that the numbers were against them. He had Lautaro Martinez in the box, but there was 4 or 5 green shirts in his way. So he decided just to win a throw-in. It was a great challenge from Bastoni on the ground to take the ball away from Lamine Yamal just moments ago. Dumfries prepares to take the long throw towards Thuram. He flicks the ball on, but it's cut out. Shot comes in though, and it just goes wide. It was Çalhanoğlu with the effort. And these throw-ins are causing danger, not from the first throw-in, but from the loose ball. Moments ago it was Mkhitaryan, this time it was Çalhanoğlu, and a player of his quality should be doing better. He slightly scuffs it, he miskicks it with his left foot inside the box. It doesn't go on target. And 9 times out of 10 you'd say that Çalhanoğlu would get that on the target and probably score, but not on this occasion. Not in the second leg of the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League tonight. Martin. Out to Inigo Martinez. Barcelona centre-half. Back to Martin. His pass is cut out by Çalhanoğlu. The ball is spread out to Lautaro Martinez, who's racing in on goal. It's a brilliant tackle from Kubasi. Martinez goes down. Eric Garcia is celebrating it. Martinez is holding his ankle, but that was a brilliant sliding tackle from Paul Kubasi. And Simone Inzaghi cannot believe it. He is apoplectic on the sidelines, complaining to the 4th official. As Pedri now has the ball. Rafinha. Gerard Martin. Rafinha once more. And in the end, the referee has blown his whistle. Lautaro Martinez is still down. It wasn't a head injury, it was a brilliant sliding tackle with the right foot of Kubasi. He wins the ball, albeit I think his knee then catches the face or the head of Martinez afterwards, but VAR is looking at this as a potential penalty check. As Martinez's right ankle is being heavily sprayed by the medical team. Of course, our VAR tonight is Dennis Higler from the Netherlands. And I'm now looking at a different angle of a replay, and perhaps Kubasi didn't win the ball, and perhaps Inter Milan here might get a penalty after all. It looked a brilliant challenge, and the referee has been called over to look at the monitor, and this could be a massive moment in this semi-final. And I think if the referee sees the angle I've just seen, he's going to give a penalty to Inter Milan. It's really hard to tell if Kubasi got none of the ball, but from this last angle it looks like Martinez kicked the ball with his right foot. Kubasi went through him, and the referee has given Inter a penalty. It's a huge chance for Inter to extend their lead in this game. Hansi Flick is absolutely furious. Kubasi cannot believe it. But Szczesny is looking stoic, knowing he has to try to save this penalty coming up. Huge drama in this second leg. Martinez is back to his feet. He's speaking to Inzaghi, and in fact Martinez is saying to the officials that surely Kubasi needs to be shown a card here as well. Of course, that happened in the game between Athletic Bilbao and Manchester United in the Europa League last week when Danny Vivian was sent off after VAR had given Manchester United a penalty. But it's Hakan Çalhanoğlu one-on-one from the spot against Wojciech Szczesny to increase Inter Milan's lead. We're in the 45th minute in the first half. The referee is urging players to get out of the penalty box. Çalhanoğlu puts the ball into the back of the net, and the San Siro goes crazy because Inter are 2-0 up on the night. They're leading 5-3 on aggregate. The Inter players race around the goal scorer, the Turkey midfielder Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Delirious scenes in the San Siro, and Inter Milan have almost got 1 foot in the into the final, in fact. Although there seems to be quite a big argument at the moment featuring Francesco Acerbi and a whole host of Barcelona players. But it was a brilliant penalty from Çalhanoğlu. He put it to the goalkeeper's right, to his left, right in the corner. Szczesny dived the wrong way. There was nothing he could do about that. It's a terrific penalty. And some of the legends in the stands for Inter Milan, including Javier Zanetti, who was part of Inter's last European Cup winning team when they won it back in 2010 in the Champions League under Jose Mourinho. He jumps high onto his feet as Inigo Martinez is really not happy with Acerbi at the moment. We are in stoppage time in the first half. Only 1 minute went up on the boards, but we've nearly had 2 minutes of it already. So I would assume as soon as we get a restart, the referee will blow his whistle again as Pedri complains to the referee, and finally we are back underway, and Frankie de Jong has the ball with the feet of Rafinha. He gets it back again, but it falls to Acerbi, who heads it forward, and Barella tries to flick the ball over the head of Martin, but Martin now has it. He plays it inside to Rafinha. The referee actually blows for a foul. The referee's having a discussion with Rafinha at the moment. In fact, it's a throw into Inter, which Dumfries will launch forward towards Lautaro Martinez. Barca head the ball to Pedri. The ball goes out of play again, and Inter have a throw in, and some of the players are really trying to rile up the crowd at the moment to make even more noise in the San Siro. Dumfries throws it long to Rami, heads it forward. Kubasi clears, and the referee blows for half time on an absolute incident-packed first half, and it is a terrific first half for Inter Milan. They took the lead after 21 minutes thanks to a goal from their captain Lautaro Martinez, and then just before half-time Martinez was brought down by Pau Kubasi in the box. VAR had to get the referee to have a look at it, and the referee gave a spot kick which Hakan Çalhanoğlu put into the back of the net. And that means at half-time in the UEFA Champions League semi-final, second leg, it's Inter Milan 2, Barcelona 0, and it's Inter Milan 5, Barcelona 3 on aggregate. Barcelona. Of course, the first leg was 3-3 on aggregate, but Inter Milan had a fantastic first half in this second leg. Lautaro Martinez put them in front after 21 minutes, and then he won a penalty just before half-time that Hakan Çalhanoğlu put away to make 2-0 at the interval. We are about to get the second half underway. Barcelona will kick off with Ferran Torres. It doesn't look like either side has made a change. I will confirm that very shortly. Barcelona will kick off. They are in their changed kit of all green, shooting from right to left. Inter Milan in their traditional blue and black striped shirts, black shorts, black socks. They're shooting from left to right. And we are underway in the second half of this second leg in the UEFA Champions League semi-final. It's Inter 2, Barcelona 0. It's 5-3 on aggregate, and Rafinha has the ball for Barcelona. De Jong flicks the ball over to Garcia. Out to Yamal on the far side. Back to Garcia. What has Hansi Flick said to his side at half-time? What will Barca do differently in this second half? Lamine Yamal. He's tackled, but the ball still comes through into the box, but Lautaro Martinez is helping his side in defence. Just to confirm, there have been no substitutions at half-time. Both of these sides still have their full complement of 5 substitutions remaining in this match. Inigo Martinez out to Gerard Martin. Back to Martinez. Pedri tries to run through 3 Inter players. It comes out to Martin. His cross is cleared by Acerbi. And Barca have it once more with Inigo Martinez. He switches it over to Eric Garcia. It goes wide to Yamal. DeMarco is right in front of him and marking him very closely once more. Comes back to Garcia. Yamal has a bit more room now. He'll try to run at Bastoni. He's just breaking into the box. He comes onto his right foot. Cross comes in. It doesn't meet any Barcelona players. It falls to Martin on the edge of the area. Cross comes in. It's a deep one. DeMarco needed a shout. His header was loose, but he's able to clear it high into the sky at the second attempt. Martinez tries to bring it down, but he's fouled by Eric Garcia, and De Jong goes down to his knees in frustration there. As Inter win a free kick, and I'll use this moment to remind you of the two sides. It's Sommer in goal for Inter. It's a back three of Bissek, Acerbi and Bastoni. Dumfries, Barella, Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan and DeMarco are across the midfield, with Martinez and Thuram up front for Simone Inzaghi's side. As for Hansi Flick's Barcelona, in goal it's Szczesny. It's a back four of Garcia, Kubasi, Martinez and Martin. In midfield it's De Jong, Pedri and Olmo, with Yamal and Rafinha playing either side of Ferran Torres. As Barella has the ball for Inter. His long ball is cut out by Kubasi. De Jong now has it, but he loses possession to Marcus Thuram. He's got Lautaro Martinez to his right. He's got Mkhitaryan to his left. There's 4 Barcelona defenders. It comes to his right. It comes behind Lautaro Martinez, but Barcelona are able to regain possession, and they come forward now with Frankie de Jong. Olmo. Yamal. Back to Olmo, but the pass is too heavy, and Dumfries clears with his left foot all the way to Kubasi. Olmo had a very quiet first half for Barcelona. So did Ferran Torres. So did Rafinha, in fact. Of all the attackers, Yamal was the most industrious. Garcia. Yamal, it's a loose pass to Olmo. It's a weird flick from Barella, but Inter were able to clear. And now DeMarco's able to attack on the left-hand side. Pedri's come over to make the challenge. No one is there to help DeMarco. Inter very happy to sit on this 2-0 lead, as the ball is hooked back towards the goalkeeper Sommer. Of course, Barcelona have Robert Lewandowski back on the substitutes bench this evening. As Olmo Plays the ball into Rafinha. He's fouled, but play continues. It comes out to Lamine Yamal, who's in the box. He's closed down very quickly. He goes down. He wants a penalty. And the referee has given a goal kick. The referee made his decision very, very quickly. Bastoni was coming over. He was slightly leaning on the shoulder of Lamine Yamal, but the 17-year-old went down very, very easily. He might have been grabbing a little bit of the shirt, Bastoni. I think it would have been very, very harsh to give a penalty for that. You do wonder what changes Hansi Flick is considering. He's certainly got some good options on the bench. I mentioned Lewandowski, but Fermin Lopez is a very talented central midfielder. Gavi is also an excellent player. They're the most obvious ones. Ansu Fati is on the bench. His career has gone a little bit downwards over the last few years. He was on loan at Brighton last season. Made only a few appearances in this campaign as Inigo Martinez has shown a yellow card for a foul on Marcus Thuram. Thuram had headed the ball forward to chase onto, and Martinez tried to stick a leg out, but he caught the France forward right by the knee and the side of his left leg. So Inter do have a free kick. Martinez is booked. And the goal scorer from the penalty spot, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, is preparing to take this free kick. DeMarco is also around it. Çalhanoğlu puts the ball in, and it's an unmarked defender who heads the ball into the back of the net. It's a Cherby, but immediately the flag goes up. And Cherby wasn't surprised at all. There was 3-4 Inter players in offside positions. Really good defending from the Barcelona defensive line. Frenkie de Jong now for the Blaugrana. Spreads it out to Eric Garcia, playing right back tonight following the injury to Jules Koundé. Koundé was actually spotted taking a commercial flight from Barcelona to Milan to watch this game. Pedri now. Ball is spread out to Gerard Martin. Comes back inside to Pedri. Rafinha, who again is a little bit more central once more. De Jong plays it out wide to Martin. Inside to Pedri. Spreads it out to Lamine Yamal. Brings the ball down, but it's well read by Mkhitaryan, who's racing the way for Inter Milan. He doesn't have any options forward and has to knock it back to DeMarco. He's now with Bastoni. Cherby. Mkhitaryan flicks it over the top towards Marcus Thuram, but Inigo Martinez is able to get there first and play the ball back to his goalkeeper Szczesny. De Jong. This game is starting to spread out a little. Lamine Yamal. Inside to Pedri. He wants Rafinha to go forward. Comes to Yamal on the right hand side. He's got an option of Garcia to his right. Comes inside to Pedri. He tries to feed it into Torres, but Cherby read it well. It comes out to Martin. His cross is blocked by Bissek. Comes back out to Martin. Second cross. Comes loose at the far post. And it's into the back of the net. And it's Eric Garcia who's got a goal back. It's an unlikely source for Barcelona. But it's the one change Hansi Flick made from the first leg. Eric Garcia, who was in today for Jules Koundé. And he's got a goal back for the Catalan club. Simone Inzaghi, the Inter manager, is taking it in his stride, but the Barcelona fans in the away end, they are jumping up and down, and their side is back in this contest. And it was the cross from the left back Martin. It fell nicely to the half volley of Eric Garcia, who nestled it into the corner of the net. There was nothing Jan Sommer could do about that. And it's now Inter Milan 2, Barcelona 1. And on aggregate, it's 5-4. Game on. Garcia just complains to the referee. He wanted a free kick for a foul there by Mkhitaryan. Instead, Inter have a throw-in on the far side. Eric Garcia scoring his second goal in the Champions League this season. And it does look like Inter are going to make their first change of the evening, and it's DeMarco who's had a difficult evening, of course, against Lamine Yamal. And he's being replaced in a like-for-like substitution with the Brazilian Carlos Augusto. Augusto, of course, joined last summer from Monza. Shot comes in from distance. It was saved by Szczesny. Inter nearly got a goal out of nothing there. And it was Barella on the half volley. The shot went through Martin. It went straight at Szczesny. And he had to parry it to his right. He's not afraid to take a pot shot. Nicola Barella, the Italy midfielder. And Inter now have a corner kick. Be taken on the far side towards the near post. Comes loose. Lamine Yamal will now try to break, and Barcelona have numbers here. It's 3-on-2, and it's Martin. He plays it to his right, plays it a little bit behind his teammate. Pedri plays it to Martin. He's through on goal towards the back post, and it's an unbelievable save from Yann Sommer. It fell to the goal scorer, Eric Garcia, who shot with his left foot, but it was straight at Sommer, and Barcelona should have made it 2-2. They still have the ball. Martin. Cross comes in. It's blocked by Bastoni. He shoves over Martin, and I think Barcelona will get a free kick. And there's a little altercation by the two defensive players, and the referee comes over to just calm things down. But this was a huge opportunity for Barcelona to equalise. It was 3-on-2. It was Martin on the left. He played the ball over to Garcia. He did a first time pass to Pedri as the cross comes in. Pedri. Play continues for Barcelona. I'll tell you about that chance again very, very shortly as Martin has the ball for Barcelona. He puts a cross in. It's a decent delivery. Bisek with the header. Comes back out. Cross comes in. It's a deep one towards the far post, but it goes out for a goal kick. It's Inigo Martinez with the cross, but it was the chance just moments ago. It was Martin found Eric Garcia. He shot with his left foot. He had the whole goal gaping, but he went straight at the middle, and Sommer was able to adjust quickly and make the save. It's a terrific piece of goalkeeping by Yann Sommer, and Inter still have the lead. We're in the 58th minute. It's Inter Milan 2, Barcelona 1. It's 5-4 to Inter on aggregate. But Barcelona have improved in the start of this second half. Rafinha, who's been very quiet in this match. Header clear by Cherby towards Martinez. Kubasi wins the header. And in the end, the offside flag goes up, and Barca will have a free kick, which Inigo Martinez wants to take very, very quickly, and he does. He gives it to De Jong. It's now with Garcia, the goal scorer. Garcia, of course, spent last season on loan at Verona as Lamine Yamal shows brilliant footwork to get past Augusto, and then he's fouled by Bastoni, and he wins a free kick for Barcelona, and immediately Yamal says, referee, you need to book him for that. Pedri and De Jong are also asking that question. It was brilliant footwork by Yamal to evade the challenge of Augusto and race down the line, but in the end Bastoni was a lot more agricultural with his defending. Barcelona have a free kick on the far side. Rafinha is there. He feeds it in low, but it goes straight at Torres, and it comes back out to Rafinha. Cross comes in, it's cleared by Mkhitaryan. Out to De Jong, Inter still defending on the edge of their area. Martin looks up, cross comes in towards the far post, and it's met on the far post, and it's headed into the back of the net, and Barcelona have equalised through Dani Olmo. This is a terrific comeback by Hansi Flick's side. Inter's defence is crumbling. And once again, this match is absolutely delivering. And it's Martin with the cross once more. Olmo with the run at the far post. He's unmarked and he heads it into the corner of the net. Nothing Sommer could do about that. It's a bullet header from the summer signing from Leipzig. Dani Olmo, so influential for Spain as they won the European Championships last summer, beating England in the final. He's been quiet at times in this match, but he's popped up at just the right time. It's Inter 2, Barcelona 2. We're all square again on aggregate. It's 5-5. Rafinha, now's the chance to attack the Inter defence. He's in the box. He plays the ball back to Pedri. Comes out to the goal scorer, Olmo. He thinks about a shot, but he slips and it's wide and it's high and it's a goal kick. But at the moment, Inter are rattled. This has been a terrific second half performance by Barcelona. Olmo with his second goal in the competition this season in 9 appearances. You've got to say, Inter Milan were perhaps too defensive at the start of this second half. When they had the opportunity to break, they didn't send the men forwards, and they ended up just playing the ball backwards, because I think at the start of this second half, this game was there to be killed. If Inter had got a third, it would have been game over. But because they were so defensive, they've invited Barcelona to attack. And Barcelona have been successful. As Pedri has the ball just outside the centre circle. De Jong, Garcia. Out to Lamine Yamal. Trying to cut inside. He finds Pedri. He's able to turn and he spreads it out to Martin. Cross comes in. Ball comes loose. Bastoni chests it down and Bissek clears, and that's an area that Inter need to stop, because Martin is finding more and more space on this left hand side to put crosses in which are dangerous. Szczesny has to come out of his goal to hook the ball clear, but Marcus Thuram is offside anyway. But as I was saying, Martin, attacking on the left hand side, continues to find space, and he continues to be able to put crosses in for Barcelona, which are causing havoc. It was his ball to Garcia, it was his ball to Olmo. And perhaps Inter need to just instruct Dumfries to watch the attacking threat of Martin. As Yamal tries to attack on the far side for Barcelona. Mkhitaryan though sticks a foot out, and Barca have a throw in on the far side. Whenever he gets the ball, the 17-year-old Inter have 2 players around him, in Augusto and more often than not Mkhitaryan. De Jong surges forward. His pass to Olmo is poor. Augusto has it now for Inter. Plays inside to Çalhanoğlu. Bastoni, Augusto. His pass is cut out by Garcia and he just kicks it out of play for an Inter throw-in. We're in the 64th minute. Inter 2, Barca 2, 5-5 on aggregate. A thrilling second leg. I said at the start of this broadcast that if we got half as good a game as we got last week in the 3-3 draw, we'd be in for a treat. Well, we're certainly enjoying this game. As Lautaro Martinez is on the attack for Inter Milan. He's got Dumfries in space to his right, but the pass is undercooked and Martinez is able to clear. And Dumfries is frustrated there, as Inter now have the ball with Bissek. Inside to Mkhitaryan, back to the Germany defender, but he loses possession, and Rafinha has the chance to break for Barcelona. He cuts it inside to Olmo. He tries to spread it to his right to Ferran Torres, and he just kicks it too long and it goes out for a goal kick. Bisek losing possession to Olmo. Barca were on the counter-attack again. Barca now have the ball with Pedri. De Jong spread out to Martin, who again is in plenty of space. Pedri. Olmo. Garcia. Who, when these two sides lined up, you did wonder, with Garcia normally being a central defender, playing at right back, whether he would just stick centrally with the two centre halves, but he's been making runs forward. And of course he popped up for the goal. Inigo Martinez, Frenkie de Jong. Barcelona defender Martinez once more. Down the line to Martin. Dumfries is in front of him. It was a misplaced pass, but he did manage to find Pedri. De Jong. Out to Garcia. Yamal on the far side. Augusto's in front of him. Immediately, Mkhitaryan races over. And Yamal is able to get away from both of them. And he's found space on the right-hand side. He's onto his left foot. Cross comes in as a deep one, but it's headed clear by Dumfries. The cross was towards Rafinha. And Garcia now has it. He's forced to play backwards to Kubasi. He knocks it inside to Pedri. Martinez again in space here. Into the feet of Olmo, but Inter managed to cut it out, but only as far as Pedri. Lamine Yamal looks up. Cross comes in with the outside of his left foot. Acerbi's able to clear. Can Inter now break? Barcelona win the ball back very quickly, and Thuram is frustrated with Barella. Rafinha now has it. He's surging towards the Inter box, but Inter managed to defend. It's very, very bitty at times, but it's an exciting game of football. This is what you want from a semi-final. It's blood and thunder at times. And it does look like Inter are about to make another substitution. As Pedri has the ball for Barcelona. De Jong. Inigo Martinez. Gerard Martin. Back to Martinez. De Jong. Kubasi. Garcia. Kubasi once more. Garcia just treads on the ball. He plays it down the line to Lamine Yamal. He tries to get away from 2-3 Inter players. It fell to Olmo, but his pass was cut out, and Inter are trying to get out of their defensive area, but it falls to Lamine Yamal, who goes down in the box, and he's won Barcelona a penalty. It was a late challenge by Mkhitaryan. He is saying that the challenge was outside of the box. Lamine Yamal is laying down on the ground with a smile on his face. It was loose passing. It was a really loose touch in the centre of midfield from Çalhanoğlu, and Mkhitaryan came over. He made the challenge, and he's got an argument that it's outside the box. I think that's going to be very close. Of course, the line means it's inside the box. I think VAR is going to double check this. Will it be a penalty? Will it be a free kick? I think the initial foul is outside of the box, but I think part of the challenge might have been on the line. This is going to be a very, very close call. This is going to be centimetres, if not millimetres, this decision. And the referee is showing his two fingers of being centimetres away, and it's been decided that there is no penalty. It will be a free kick instead, and there is huge relief for Henrikh Mkhitaryan and the Inter Milan players. Frenkie de Jong just questions the referee over this decision, but Rafinha is lining up to take this free kick. It's right on the edge of the area. Inter are putting together a 5-man wall. It's the perfect angle for the former Leeds winger, for the Brazilian international Rafinha, who's scored 12 times in this competition so far. It might be a little bit near. It's going to be hard to get it up and over the wall. He squares it into Olmo. He lays it off to Lamine Yamal. Shot comes in, but it hits a Barcelona player. I think it was De Jong, and it goes over the bar. It was a well-worked move to Lamine Yamal, but I think the shot would have been going wide anyway. And it hit De Jong in the end. And Inter have a goal kick. And it looks like Inter are going to make a couple of substitutions first. It looks like the very experienced defender, Matteo Darmian, is coming on. He'll come on for Jan Bissek. And it's the end of the evening for the Inter Milan captain, Lautaro Martinez. He applauds the home support. He got Inter off and running. Of course, he came off injured a week ago against Barcelona at half-time. And he'll be replaced by the Iranian Mehdi Taremi. Mehdi Taremi, of course, wears the number 99 shirt. It's Bastoni. He's being closed down by Lamine Yamal, and he kicks the ball out of play, and Barcelona get a throw in. Really good pressure there by the 17-year-old. Barca, though, now have the ball with Martin, and he plays it to Martinez. Frenkie de Jong. Kubasi. Lamine Yamal, who tries to run at Augusto. Treads on the ball. He lays it off to Eric Garcia. De Jong. Kubasi. Pedri. Garcia. Ball comes loose to Rafinha. Gives it to Pedri. He looks up. He's looking forward. Plays it out wide to Lamine Yamal, who's right on the edge of the area. Cross comes in with his right foot. It's too heavy. Comes out to Martin, who's been so dangerous from crosses in this game, but he kicks the ball into Dumfries and he wins Barcelona a throw-in. He certainly made an impact tonight, Gerard Martin. In the end, it actually went out for a corner kick. So Dani Olmo has come over to take it on this near side. He raises two hands. He gives it short to Lamine Yamal. He plays it back out to Gerard Martin. De Jong. Barca still have players in the box. Olmo looks up. Plays it all the way back to Martin, who is the furthest outfield player for Barcelona back. Lamine Yamal flicks the ball over the top, but it's too deep, it's too heavy. It does stay in play though. And then Matteo Darmian just watches it go out for a throw-in on the far side. And Inter will have a throw-in. Of course, the winners of this game will face either Arsenal or Paris Saint-Germain. The second leg of that contest takes place tomorrow. The final of this competition takes place in Munich on May the 31st. As Eric Garcia has the ball now for Barcelona. Squares it inside to Kubasi, the young centre-half. Garcia tries to feed the ball down the line, but it does come through. Cross comes in towards Ferran Torres. Dumfries is able to win the ball. He's being closed down by Rafinha, and Dumfries just hooks it down the line towards Marcus Thuram, but Inigo Martinez does brilliantly. And in the end, Inter have to clear back towards Thuram. He won't get there, and Kubasi knocks it back to his goalkeeper Szczesny. It looks like Barcelona are going to make their first substitution of the evening. Ronald Araujo, the Uruguayan defender, is preparing to come on. Be interesting to see why Barcelona are going to bring him on. Garcia's done well at right back. Perhaps he's getting tired. I don't understand why they would take off Kubasi or Inigo Martinez at the moment. Martinez tries to thread the ball through to Torres, but Cherby is able to knock it back to Sommer. He comes onto his favoured left foot and knocks it clear towards Thuram. He wins the header. Ball comes loose to Mkhitaryan. Taremi. Taremi gets the ball back on this near touch line. He watches it go out of play after a Barcelona touch, and it will be a throw, and it will be a Barcelona substitution very, very shortly. Araujo getting ready, and he is replacing Inigo Martinez. He's had quite the battle this evening against Marcus Thuram. He's been replaced by Ronald Araujo, who immediately collects the captain's armband off Frenkie de Jong. Garcia hooks the ball forward for Barcelona. Dumfries heads it forward for Inter. Ball is bouncing around, but Inter have a player offside, and Barcelona will have a free kick. I think it was Thuram who was just in an offside position. Martin. Inside to Pedri. Lovely return pass from the Spanish midfielder to the galloping fullback. He plays it into the feet of Ferran Torres. He's able to knock it back to Dani Olmo. Comes out wide to Lamine Yamal. Garcia overlaps. Yamal comes onto his favoured left foot. Shoots from distance, and it's a brilliant save from Yann Sommer. It was a shot out of nothing from Lamine Yamal outside of the penalty box. It was on target. It was curling in towards that far post, but it's a brilliant save from Yann Sommer with an outstretched right arm. Absolutely incredible. And Barcelona now have a free kick. It was nearly another amazing piece of magic by the 17-year-old. Olmo with the corner. Into clear at the near post. Mkhitaryan boots it high into the sky. Martin wins the header. Ball is bouncing around. Martin wins it again. Barella hooks the ball forward. It's one towards Taremi. But in the end, the flag goes up. Inter have been offside on a large number of occasions in this match. Some really good defending by Barcelona to catch them offside on so many occasions. De Jong out to Yamal on the far side. Can he finally weave a piece of magic? He runs past one player. He's in the box. Comes onto his left foot. Cross comes in. In fact, it's a save from Yann Sommer once more. And Dumfries has to clear. Martin down to Pedri. Martin, he looks up. Back inside to Pedri. He thinks about a shot. Decides against it. Back out to Martin. He's in space. Low cross. Cut out by Cherby. Inter managed to clear. Çalhanoğlu. Verona won't get there. They come straight to the feet of Simone Inzaghi. Inzaghi saying, I want to make my substitution. I want to bring on Fratesi. Mkhitaryan has now been booked. I'm not sure what for, and it looks like Zielinski, the Poland midfielder, and David Fratesi, the summer signing from Sassuolo. Two central midfield players come on, Zielinski and Fratesi. I didn't quite catch who's gone off for Inter. I will confirm that very, very shortly. It looked like Çalhanoğlu was one of those players. De Jong flicks it over to Garcia at right back. Inside to Pedri. Just over 10 minutes remaining. It's Inter Milan 2, Barcelona 2. It's 5-5 on aggregate. As Augusto tries to attack on the left-hand side, but Barca win it back through Pedri. He plays it inside to Araujo. And Pedri gives the ball to Kubasi, who is now the left-sided centre-back, with Araujo on the right side of the centre of defence for Barcelona. Olmo. De Jong out to Lamine Yamal. He has given both of the fullbacks this evening on the left-hand side for Inter nightmares. DeMarco and Augusto. Augusto has particularly struggled since coming on. Just confirmation, it was Çalhanoğlu and Mkhitaryan who both came off for Inter. They were both on a yellow card, so you can understand why Simone Inzaghi has made that couple of changes. But that does mean they have done 3 sets of substitutions, and that means that Inter have no more substitutions at the moment. We've got about 10 minutes remaining. We could be closing down on extra time, of course. As Bastoni is preparing to take a throw-in for Inter, and Fermin Lopez is about to come on for Barcelona, a very, very talented attacking midfielder. He receives a lovely hug from his coach, Hansi Flick. The ball goes out of play again, and Augusto chucks it in towards Darmian. Darmian, the right side of the 3 centre-backs at the moment. There's a long ball over to Dumfries. First time cross, it's low. Shot comes in, it's blocked. Inter still have the ball. It was Fratesi who had the shot and has the ball. He gives it to Zielinski. Comes out wide to Augusto. Low cross is then cleared by Araujo. This is better from Inter Milan. They've been very passive in this second half, but that was improved from a low ball across from Dumfries to David Fratesi. But it is the end of the evening for Dani Olmo, and he is going to be replaced by number 16 Fermin Lopez. We're in the 83rd minute in the second leg of this UEFA Champions League semi-final between Inter Milan and Barcelona. Inter scored twice in the first half. Barcelona scored twice at the start of the second half. It means it's 2-2 on the night. It's 5-5 on aggregate. It's an all-time classic Champions League semi-final, and it could go either way. First touch for Lopez towards Pedri. De Jong gets a header in to win the ball back. Bastoni has it. Tries to flick it over the top, but Martin is there and he cushions his header back to Szczesny. There's a cool piece of defending by Martin, who's been so dangerous going forward for Barcelona in this game. Garcia to Yamal. Inside to Pedri. Yamal again. He'll try to run at Augusto. He backheels the ball to Eric Garcia. De Jong into the feet of Pedri. It's a lacklustre back heel from the midfielder, and Inter have the ball, and Acerbi plays it back to Sommer, who clears it first time with his right foot. It's not as good as his left, and it goes out of play for a Barcelona throw-in on the far side. Araujo gives the ball to Garcia. Down the line to Lamine Yamal. De Jong. Garcia. Araujo knocks the ball back to his goalkeeper Szczesny. It comes out to Martin, who has 2 assists this evening. But that's a loose pass, and Darmian has picked it up for Inter. Dumfries, first time pass to Marcus Thuram. Plays the ball into the 6-yard box, but it's a brilliant piece of defending by Araujo. He tried to play it towards Taremi. Araujo got there first, but again Thuram was offside and it will be a free kick. There's a dangerous challenge between Lopez and Darmian, and Lopez is holding his throat actually. Darmian went for the header and it was actually the back of his heel caught the neck of Fermin Lopez. It's a bit of an accident. But this has been an absolutely terrific game. Lautaro Martinez and Çalhanoğlu put Inter in front in the first half. And then a volley from Eric Garcia and a header from Dani Olmo made it all square at the start of this second half. We've got 5 minutes remaining of normal time. It's 5-5 on aggregate. It looks like we will be going to extra time unless one of these sides can find a winning goal in the next few minutes. This has probably been torture for both sets of fans, but for the neutral, this has been absolutely engaging. As Lamine Yamal is on the attack, Inter managed to hook the ball high into the sky clear towards Taremi, flicks the ball forward, but De Jong is able to get to the ball ahead of Taremi. He plays it to Araujo, who plays a first time pass to Martin, and now De Jong brings the ball forward and he's trying to orchestrate Barcelona into attack. He's on the halfway line. Looks it back to Kubasi. Spreads it out to Garcia. Through to Ferran Torres, but his flick is poor and Inter have the chance to break. And they play it forward to Thuram, but the goalkeeper Szczesny does brilliantly to come off his line, because for once Thuram wasn't offside. That was really, really important goalkeeping by Wojciech Szczesny. Barcelona now have the ball with Eric Garcia. Yamal on the far side. Twisting, turning. Comes away from Barella. Barella is able to stick a leg out. Yamal wants a free kick. Inter can't clear their lines though. And it comes to Rafinha just inside the box. Shot comes in, but it's saved by someone. Comes back out to Rafinha, who knocks into the back of the net. And Barcelona have taken the lead. And it's that man, it's Rafinha. He's been so brilliant in this competition. And he's popped up in the 88th minute to put Barcelona in front. Simone Inzaghi cannot believe what he's just witnessed. But Rafinha has scored his 13th goal in this competition. It was a brilliant pass by Pedri to Rafinha. His first shot is saved. It's parried right back into the path of the Brazilian winger onto his right foot, and he places it into the corner. Ferran Torres was right by that far post, but he stayed out of the way. Inter will question whether Ferran Torres is offside, but he stepped away from it, and I think that would be very, very harsh if VAR was to intervene and take that goal away. Of course, we are waiting for that final decision. There's a lot of patience in the stadium, in the San Siro at the moment. I think the goal will be given, and Rafinha will take his tally to 13 in 14 matches, and it is given. It's Inter Milan 2, Barcelona 3, and Barca now lead 6-5 on aggregate. They've come back from 2-0 down on the night to lead 3-2. It's an incredible second half comeback from Hansi Flick's side, as the ball goes to Szczesny, who picks the ball up, and he'll take as long as he can, and he's now telling his teammates to go forward. He'll look to launch the ball into Inter's half, and the home fans cannot believe what they've seen as Denzel Dumfries tries to attack on the right hand side, and it's kicked out of play by Martin. Dumfries takes it quickly towards Marcus Thuram. He controls it well. He gives it to Fratesi. His cross is cut out by Kubasi, and Barcelona aren't out of danger yet. But in the end, Acerbi makes the foul on Pedri. He's down on the ground. He'll take as long as he can to get up. And Barcelona will have a free kick. We are in the 90th minute at the San Siro. The home fans and the Inter substitutes bench are shell-shocked as Robert Lewandowski now enters the fray in the 90th minute. The veteran striker, one of the most prolific strikers in Champions League history, and he'll come on for Ferran Torres. Lewandowski didn't play in the first leg. He's been out a couple of weeks with injury, and he'll get a few minutes here. There will be 5 minutes of additional time. Szczesny kicks the ball long, but it goes out of play, and Inter want to take their throw in quickly. Darmian has it, ball in hand. He throws it long towards Thuram. It's a first time touch towards Dumfries. He's being pulled back by Martin, and he wins a free kick. Fratesi wants to take it quickly, but Rafinha is standing right in front of him. Hansi Flick is questioning that decision by our Polish referee. Barella is preparing to take this free kick. Rafinha is taking his time to walk away from in front of the ball. Inter have sent players forward. Barca are defending on the edge of their penalty area. Cross comes in from Barella. It comes loose, comes all the way free to Garcia. He won't get there in time. Inter have a throw in on the far side. They'll look to launch this into the penalty box. That has caused troubles in this game. Bastoni has ball in hand. He lobs the ball into the box. Falls to the feet of Thuram, but Pedri picked up the loose ball. Comes back out towards Bastoni. He watches it go out. He'll look to throw the ball into the 6-yard box once more. Throws it towards Augusto. He flicks it on. It hits Acerbi. Barcelona now have the chance to break with Lamine Yamal. It's 3-on-3. Rafinha is racing forward. He knocks it inside to Pedri. Pedri will hold the play up. He gives it back out to Lamine Yamal. Lewandowski's now racing into the box. Lamine Yamal shoots. It hits the post. Barcelona so close to getting a fourth, and the ball goes out of play on the far side. It was a terrific attempt from the teenager. He struck it low at the near post, and it cannoned off the near post. Sommer was beaten. Inter now have the ball with Zielinski. He plays it back to Sommer. Sommer clears, knocks it towards Thuram. It is won by Kubasi, but it does fall to Thuram. Dumfries is trying an overlapping run, but Martin cuts the ball. It comes back to Dumfries. He puts into the 6-yard box, and it's turned into the back of the net. And it's Francesco Acerbi in the 93rd minute. He whips his shirt off, and he jumps down on his knees. Simone Inzaghi cannot believe it. What is going on in this game? It is absolutely bonkers. It's Inter Milan 3, Barcelona 3. This is crazy. The San Siro is absolutely delirious. Javier Zanetti, the former Inter Milan captain, cannot believe it. It was a long ball by Jan Sommer. It dropped to Thuram. His pass through was cut out by Martin. He fell over, and then Dumfries cut it into the box, onto the edge of the 6-yard box, and it was flicked in at the near post by Francesco Acerbi, the 37-year-old defender. He got in front of Araujo. His shot beat Szczesny. Simone Inzaghi cannot believe it. What a game. What a semi-final. It's 6-6 on aggregate. And Acerbi has, of course, been shown a yellow card before taking his shirt off, but he's still trying to get the fans in the San Siro cheering loudly. And the referee has come over and shown a yellow card to Hansi Flick, and I believe he's going to show a yellow card to one of his assistants as well. Flick is asking, why me? And we are in the 5th of 5 additional minutes now. You suspect a few more will be played following all of these celebrations from Inter's goal, as Barcelona restart things with Pedri, Rafinha, Garcia, Lamine Yamal. Yamal once more, he tries to flick the ball over the top towards Lewandowski. Inter managed to clear. Barca taking a quick throw to Lamine Yamal. He races into the box. He's right on the edge of the touchline. Acerbi manages to clear only as far as Eric Garcia. He's looking up to put a cross in. He plays it back. It's a loose pass, and Taremi wins it back for Inter. Can they hit Barcelona on the break once more? Plays it down the line, but it's cleared by Barcelona. This game is really spread out at the moment. Rafinha has it in the centre circle. Shows really good quality, close control. He gives it to Lamine Yamal, who's racing into the box. Shot comes in, but it's saved by Sommer. Yamal felt he was pulled back for a moment, but he was able to get his shot away. But Sommer has made the save once more, and it's kind of amazing in this match that Lamine Yamal has not gone on the score sheet. And the referee blows his whistle for the end of 90 minutes. We have got extra time to come. It has been absolutely absorbing. It is 3-3 at the end of 90 minutes in the second leg. It's 6-6 on aggregate. And extra time will be with you very, very shortly. Stay tuned. Barcelona. I hope you've got your breath back. I had about 30 seconds because that game was absolutely unbelievable. I say game, we are about to continue it. That first 90 minutes. Inter Milan were leading 2-0 at half time. Barcelona went 3-2 up, and then in the 93rd minute, 37-year-old defender Francesco Acerbi popped up to score a late equalizer. So it will be Inter Milan in their blue and black stripes, their black shorts and their black socks, shooting from right to left. Barcelona in their all changed kit of all green, shooting from left to right. An absolutely absorbing semi-final. It's one of the best Champions League semi-finals, if not the best in history. 3-3 on the night, 6-6 on aggregate, and it's featuring some of the best players, I would say, in the history of the game. Robert Lewandowski is one of the greatest goal scorers in the history of the Champions League, and Lamine Yamal at the moment looks like an absolute world beater. He is yet to score in this game, but we are underway in the first half of extra time. Don't forget, we will play 2 15-minute halves in extra time, and you do wonder, is there time for that man Lamine Yamal, that boy, that 17-year-old, to get on the score sheet in this match? He now has the ball on the right hand side for Barcelona. He's trying to run past Zielinski. He's right to the touchline. He kicks the ball against the Polish midfielder and he wins the throw-in for his side. He takes it quickly. He throws it to Eric Garcia, who scored Barcelona's first goal of the evening. Martin, who has 2 assists to his name in this match. Lamine Yamal tries to knock the ball around Augusto. He gets taken down, and Barcelona have a free kick, and the Brazilian is shown a yellow card by the referee. Because we're in extra time, both of these sides are given an additional substitution. It doesn't look like either side have made changes between the end of the 90 and the start of extra time. So Rafinha is preparing to take this free kick, where he'll look to float it in the box for Barcelona. In it comes from Rafinha, headed out by Inter Milan. He drops back to the Brazilian winger. He can't find Pedri. Zielinski tries to get the ball past Rafinha, but it's knocked out of play, and Inter will have a throw on the near side. Bastoni is preparing to take it. Chucks it down the line. Garcia wins the header. He's done well this evening, Eric Garcia. Not only with his goal, he's been able to help his defence and then also help Barcelona build up plays moving forward. He's linked up nicely, not only with Lamine Yamal, but also playing the ball inside to Pedri. Verona finds a bit of space on this left hand side. His cross is cut out by Araujo. Fermin Lopez clears with his left foot. Lewandowski wins the header. In the end it comes off an Inter player. Just confirmation that the other yellow card for the Barcelona bench was the young Barca forward Pau Victor. He was shown a yellow card along with Hansi Flick after Inter scored their late equaliser. As Fratesi tries to come away with the ball for Inter, and he does well to evade the challenge of Rafinha and then knocks the ball back to Denzel Dumfries. He flicks it over the top. It's one for Taremi to race after. Is he offside? He has the ball. He's done well, the Iranian. He gives it to Marcus Thuram. Thuram tries to backheel it back to the Iranian, and Kubasi clears, and Barcelona are questioning why the offside flag hasn't gone up. Pedri has the ball for Barcelona, but he's closed down quickly by 2-3 Inter players. And Inter now have the ball with Zielinski. He threads it down the line. And in the end, Fratesi goes down, and I think Martin is able to clear in the end. Fratesi has certainly made an impact since coming on as a late substitute in the second half. As Darmian prepares to take this throw in on the far side for Inter, the former Manchester United fullback. Tosses it in towards Dumfries. Ball comes loose. De Jong's able to kick it away. Ball is still loose though on the edge of the area, and in the end Barcelona win a free kick after Eric Garcia is fouled by Carlos Augusto. Well, on reflection, it doesn't look like there was too much contact between the pair. Martin into the feet of Lewandowski. He tries to escape the shadow of a Cherby. He's able to find Rafinha on the far side. Rafinha does well, and he plays the ball back to Araujo. Eric Garcia's in space. Lamine Yamal now has the ball on this near side. He's cutting inside. His pass is cut out by Barella. Garcia has it though for Barcelona. Back to Araujo. Square to Kubasi. Out to Martin. De Jong. Pedri. Out to Lamine Yamal on this near side. He's got Barella right in front of him. Spreads it out to Martin, who has room. He puts a cross in towards the far post. It won't get to Fermin Lopez, and Inter managed to clear. De Jong heads the ball over to Garcia. He finds Lamine Yamal. He's got Bastoni in front of him. Bastoni gets a foot in. It falls to Pedri, but the goalkeeper Sommer comes quickly off his line, and he gathers the ball before the Spain midfielder can get there. Pedri is starting to look a little tired. Starting to look a little leggy. You do wonder if Gavi could be a potential option for Barcelona in that centre of midfield. Fermin Lopez heads the ball to Pedri. Martin with a brave header in front of Dumfries, but it goes only to Cherby, who plays it back to Jan Sommer. Bastoni. Sommer. Big clearance towards Thuram, but Kubasi comes over and Araujo knocks the ball back to his goalkeeper Wojciech Szczesny. The Polish goalkeeper knocks it long towards Lewandowski. He flicks it on towards Rafinha, but Inter managed to clear. Lewandowski has it again. He gives it to De Jong. Martin coming forward with the ball, spreads it out wide to Rafinha. Inter want the offside flag to go up, and indeed it does. Rafinha is frustrated with Martin for not playing it earlier. And it looks like Barcelona are going to make a substitution. They're bringing on the young right back Hector Fort, only 18 years of age. He has played in the Champions League this season. He's replacing Eric Garcia. It's a like-for-like change at right back from Hansi Flick. So Jan Sommer is preparing to launch this free kick forwards into Barcelona's half. He does just that. Towards Taremi, who flicks it on to Thuram, right on the edge of the area. Martin's trying to get a foot in. Araujo is chasing the France forward. Gets onto his favourite right foot. It's good play from Thuram. He finds Taremi. He lays off to Fratesi, who shoots and puts the ball into the back of the net. And Inter are once again in front. and he is racing towards the stands, and the substitutes are running over to the substitute David Fratese, who has scored, and he's trying to climb a fence. He's on top of a yellow fence, screaming at the home fans because once again Inter Milan are ahead. David Fratese scoring in extra time for Inter Milan, and Lautaro Martinez, his captain, who was substituted earlier, comes over and gives him a huge hug. Incredible scenes. It was a lovely flick by Taremi. Thuram did brilliantly. He was able to wriggle away from Araujo. It was a brilliant turn. He fed it into the feet of Taremi, whose first time touch found Fratese, who had time to steady himself, get onto his left foot and place the ball in the corner, and Szczesny can only watch. It's an attacking masterclass from Thuram, Taremi and Fratese. And it's now Inter Milan 4, Barcelona 3 on the night, and it's 7-6 on aggregate. Unbelievable stuff. That was in the 99th minute. 9 minutes into extra time. As De Jong spreads the ball out to Martin. Comes over to Hector Fort. Lamine Yamal tries to flick it back towards Fort, but it will go all the way to Jan Sommer, who's going to take his time to pick the ball up. He waited for Pedri to come towards him. Sommer now kicks the ball out of play because Inter player is down. It is Fratese, it's the goal scorer. Saying he's feeling a little bit dizzy. Saying it's a bit of a head injury. This is a bit of concern for Inter. Not sure what happened. Some of the Inter players are looking very concerned. The medical team is coming over. There's the man who has scored Inter's 4th goal of the night, the first goal in extra time. Will it be the goal that sends Inter into the final in Munich on May the 31st? Fratese gets a sip of a drink, and the Inter fans are on their feet. They're doing the thunderclap. In a terrific atmosphere on a wet night in Milan at the San Siro. Fratese's back on his feet, and he'll just walk off the field right by the goal. He's trying to rile the crowd up further. The Barcelona fans in the away end, they're looking pretty upset at the moment. They're looking pretty shell-shocked. They thought their side were through to the final, but Acerbi scored a late equalizer, and now Fratese has put Inter in front. Bastoni wins the header in front of Lamine Yamal. Knocks the ball forward, but Thuram knows he's offside, so he leaves it, and Szczesny now has it. Pau Kubasi. 13 minutes played in the first half of extra time. Kubasi. De Jong. Kubasi. Martin. Back to Kubasi. Barcelona, as ever, being patient. Could this be the end of their treble charge? They've already won the Copa del Rey. They're winning La Liga by 4 points. They face Real Madrid in El Clasico at the weekend. Lamine Yamal trying to cut inside, tries to play it into the feet of Rafinha. It comes back to Lewandowski, shows great control, gives it to Hector Fort. He thinks about a shot, he goes for it, goes over the bar. It was bold, it was brave, from the fullback, but it was never testing the goalkeeper. The rain is really starting to lash down in Milan as Jan Sommer prepares to take this goal kick as we approach the 15th minute in the first half of extra time. And Sommer launches it towards Taremi. It's too heavy. Kubasi wins the header. Flick forward towards Rafinha. Fermin Lopez tries to play it forward to Rafinha, but Cherby comes over. And Cherby will clear. The rain will make this ball move a little bit quicker on this surface. It's really starting to hammer down in Milan. Pedri. Lovely footwork, but he took too long and Inter managed to clear. Araujo just keeps the ball in play on this near side. He squares it to Frenkie de Jong. Back out to Hector Fort. Lamine Yamal. Fort makes an overlapping run. Yamal comes onto his left foot. Has to flick it over the top. Martin will chase it to try and keep it in play. He does just that. He knocks it out for a throw-in. It won't be a goal kick. It should be a throw. It wasn't a great cross from Lamine Yamal. It was a little heavy. And we will have 3 minutes of additional time in this first half of extra time. As Dumfries throws the ball and it comes all the way to Marcus Thuram, but Barcelona win a free kick, which they take quickly, as always. Lamine Yamal now has it. Trying to cut inside, but he loses possession. Barca get it back. Fort. Yamal. Fort. De Jong. Yamal. Tries to flick the ball towards Lewandowski, but that's easy for Sommer to catch and to collect. You feel that Yamal's influence on this game is starting to wane a little bit. He's played over 105 minutes of football in this match. Augusto tries to head on the long kick from Sommer. Thuram comes over, he's brought down. He earns into a foul. There's Araujo with the challenge. Araujo questions that decision from the referee, but Araujo did come through the back of Marcus Thuram. And this is an opportunity for Inter to float the ball into Barcelona's box and potentially cause further damage. It's Marcus's father, the legendary Lilian Thuram, watches on. So Bastoni and Fratesi. And Barella puts the cross over. It's towards the far post. It is won by Martin. It drops to Rafinha. Martin is there. His clearance is only as far as Dumfries. He has the chance to put a cross in. Plays it inside to Fratesi. He flicks it over. It's headed out by Fort. Rafinha's header is backwards, but Szczesny will get there. He rolls it out to Fermin Lopez. He slips, but he's under no pressure. Spreads it out to Fort. It's a loose touch though. This wet surface is starting to cause havoc. Thuram. Bastoni. His clearance is blocked by Lamine Yamal, but Inter get a throw in, and Simone Inzaghi throws it very, very quickly to Bastoni, who throws it quickly to Taremi. And yet he plays it back to Bastoni. It's a really good run from Barella, but the referee blows for half time, and the Inter players cannot believe it. Simone Inzaghi cannot believe it, because they felt Inter were on the attack, but the referee blew his whistle. Dumfries puts his arm around the referee with a smile on his face, but at half time, in extra time, Inter have the lead thanks to a goal by David Fratese in the 99th minute. So it's 4-3 on the night, it's 7-6 on aggregate. And both of these sets of players will have a quick drink, and I might do the same as we just get ready for the second half of extra time. The second half of extra time in this absolutely thrilling second leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-final between Inter Milan and Barcelona. Barcelona have made a couple more changes. They've taken off Pau Kubasi and they've taken off Pedri, and they brought on the attacker Pau Victor, and they brought on the very talented midfield. So we are ready for the second half of extra time in this thrilling Champions League semi-final. It's Inter who lead 4-3 on the night, 7-6 on aggregate. Barcelona have made a couple of changes. They've taken off Pedri, they've taken off Pau Kubasi, they've brought on Gavi and Pau Victor, the striker. Fermin Lopez now. Barcelona have 15 minutes to get a goal and send this match to penalties. Martin. And Gavi now has it. He's trying to break through in the box, but it's hooked clear. I think it was Matteo Darmian who was able to clear it. Indeed it was. Fermin Lopez throws the ball back to Gerard Martin. Fermin Lopez on the left-hand side now. Frenkie de Jong. Into Gavi. De Jong. Martin. De Jong. Inter defending deep at the moment. Fort. Out to Yamal on the right-hand side. Trying to cut onto his favoured left foot. Gets caught between his feet. He receives a kick, he tries to thread the ball through to Pau Victor, but Inter managed to clear. Araujo now has it on the halfway line. Frenkie de Jong. Barca now playing only one central defender, following the substitution of Pau Victor for Kubasi. Ball comes out to Fermin Lopez. Plays it low towards Rafinha, he's on the edge of the D. Trying to come onto his left foot. His pass is cut out. Comes out to Lamine Yamal. He's right on the edge of the area. He's now in the area. He still has the ball. Cross comes over with his left foot, and the header comes over to Lewandowski, who heads it over the bar. A huge chance for the Polish striker. Brilliant play once again from Lamine Yamal. He was able to do a cross with the outside of his left foot. Lewandowski won the header, but he couldn't header it down. He clashed into Darmian. He almost jumped just a little bit too early. And Inter are about to make their final substitution. It's the end of the evening for Denzel Dumfries, who's been hugely influential in this match. He's been up and down that right flank. Of course, he scored twice in the first leg. And he's going to be replaced with Stefan de Vrij, Netherlands defender. Both of these sides have now used all of their substitutions, including the additional one they get in extra time, as Taremi has the ball for Inter. Zielinski. Augusto looks up, plays a cross in towards Marcus Thuram, who tries to flick the ball back. It comes loose to Fratesi, who shoots, and it's a brilliant save from Wojciech Szczesny. Diving to his right, and Fratesi knows he could have put this game to bed, but it does look like Thuram was offside off that initial cross, but it's a brilliant save from Szczesny. Unbelievable stuff. But I don't think the offside flag is going up. Instead, it will be an Inter Milan corner, which Nicola Barella is preparing to take. Towards the near post. Headed out by De Jong. Zielinski gives it back to Barella. First time crossed by Barella, but he slips. It just goes high into the sky. Barella is actually offside, and that was a little bit of a relief actually, because Barcelona could have potentially won the ball back there and countered attacked. De Jong. Now wide to Yamal. Thinks about a shot with his left foot, but it's not a very good one. It goes out for a goal kick. Sommer could happily just watch that go wide. As the rain continues to pour heavily inside the San Siro. Sommer places the ball down as he looks to launch his goal kick long into Barcelona's half. Towards Taremi, but it's too long, and in the end Hector Fort just hooks the ball over his head. Need to win the ball back, and Damian now has it, and he's got room to run into, and he tries to flick the ball over towards Taremi. He leaves it, comes all the way out to Augusto. Inside to Zielinski. Augusto, Barella, Bastoni just about keeps it in play, but he doesn't in the end. It goes out for a throw-in. A little bit sloppy there by Inter, but the surface is becoming more and more difficult to play on. Simone Inzaghi is absolutely drenched. De Jong. Pedri. Now wide to Fermin Lopez. His cross hits the referee, and the referee stops the play. And this could be contentious, because I think the referee's meant to do a drop ball, but I think this will be a competitive one. And he drops it very quickly and gives it straight away to Barcelona. Martin. De Jong flicks it to Araujo. Fort is in space. Into the feet of Rafinha, who's in a central area. Gavi. Yamal. Back to Fort. First time cross. It's very, very heavy. It's not very good at all from the teenager. He apologises. Flick applauds the idea. It's not the execution that Barcelona were hoping for. It's interesting to see though that Fermin Lopez is now hugging the left hand side, and Rafinha is dropping in more of a number 10 role alongside Gavi, in fact, just behind Robert Lewandowski. Sommer knocks the ball forward once more. It's flicked on by Taremi. Fort will get there ahead of Thuram, and he'll play the ball back to Szczesny. Martin has space. He'll look to gallop into Inter's half. He plays it inside to De Jong, who does that instead. Out to Yamal. Rafinha, loose touch. Inter win the ball back, but goes straight to Araujo. We're in the 113th minute in extra time. 7 minutes to go. Inter 4, Barcelona 3, 7-6 on aggregate. Gavi tries to thread the ball forward. It's cleared by Inter. De Jong is challenged by Taremi, who gets a foot in. Taremi's trying to attack on the left hand side. He's going to wait for some support. He gets it from Barella, who flicks it over the top. Inter on the attack on the left hand side with Augusto. Cross comes over, but it's too heavy for Thuram. Fratesi though does get there. The challenge is made by Fermin Lopez, and Barcelona have the throw in, much to the frustration of the home fans. They felt that was an Inter ball. Martin into Lewandowski, who is able to turn. That's brilliant from the Polish striker. And it's a ball from Rafinha out to Lamine Yamal, who's attacking into the box. He comes onto his left foot and it just goes wide. And did Sommer get a touch? Wasn't an unbelievable save, but it was a huge chance once more for Lamine Yamal, and I thought that was goal bound. Rafinha with the perfectly weighted pass. Yamal came onto his left foot, shot came in. It's an unbelievable save from Yann Sommer. That's as good a save as you'll ever see. And Barca now have a corner kick. Cross comes in from Fermin Lopez, and it's easy for Sommer, who goes down to the ground. Brilliant piece of goalkeeping just moments ago from Yann Sommer. The veteran goalkeeper, 36 years of age now. Stoney cheering that save like it was a goal because it was that important. Rafinha. Martin now. Loose pass back to Rafinha. Thuram is able to intercept it, and Inter now have the ball with Augusto. It's been closed down by Pau Victor. Referee waves play on though. Lamine Yamal. His pass is cut out. Araujo wins the header in front of Thuram. Fermin Lopez on this left hand side. Inside to Rafinha. Here's a pocket of space. He can't get past Zielinski though. Fratesi sticks a leg out. Barca have it once more with Rafinha. De Jong. Back out to Lamine Yamal. Skips one challenge. Flicks the ball into the box. It's coming loose. Inter managed to clear. Barca get it again. Fermin Lopez thinks about a shot. Gives it to Rafinha. Lopez again. Spreads it out wide to the right. Fort has it. De Jong. 4 minutes of extra time remaining. De Jong flicks it forward towards Lamine Yamal, who's in the box. He shoots with right foot. It's saved by Yann Sommer, and the follow-up header from Lewandowski hits the top of the netting. But Lamine Yamal has forced so many saves out of Yann Sommer. It's been a terrific battle between forward and goalkeeper. And the Inter fans are absolutely loving what they're seeing. Will this side emulate the team to last win this competition back in 2009, 2010 under Jose Mourinho? Remember, they beat Barcelona in the semi-finals before going on to win the competition. As Fratesi now has the ball for Inter Milan. He's being closed down quickly by Rafinha, and then he's brought down, and Fratesi is still trying to make more noise in the stadium from the home fans. 3 minutes remaining. Inter 4, Barcelona 3, 7-6 on aggregate. Can Inter hold this out? They threw away a 2-goal lead. Barca went 3-2 up. Acerbi scored a late equalizer in the 93rd minute to force extra time. David Fratesi scored in the first half of extra time. Will it be enough now for Inter? Thuram chests the ball down, trying to race around Hector Fort. He still has the ball, the France forward, but Fort's done really well. De Jong tries to come away with it. Barcelona will look to break now into the feet of Araujo, who's really advanced forward. Lamine Yamal is pulled back by Bastoni. He'll give away a free kick. He'll earn a yellow card, and Barcelona will have a free kick, which they take quickly. De Jong, Gavi, Martin, De Jong tries to put the cross in towards Gavi. Header is won, flicked high into the sky by Fratesi. He's battling with Lopez. Inter managed to clear. Martin will pick it up, still inside Inter's half. Rafinha, who's surprisingly the furthest player back for Barcelona. De Jong spreads it out wide to Lamine Yamal. We're in the 119th minute. He's racing into the box. Shot comes in, it deflects off an Inter player, and it goes out for a Barcelona corner. This could be one of the last chances for Barcelona to get an equaliser. Rafinha has come over to take this corner kick. Cross comes in from the Brazilian. It's punched over the bar by Jan Sommer. Barca will have another corner kick. Pau Victor picks up the nearest ball and kicks it over to Rafinha. Cross comes in from Rafinha. It's cleared, I think, by De Vrij in the end. Hooked back in by Martin towards Lewandowski, who's surely offside. Does a back heel to Victor. Inter want the offside flag to go up. It doesn't. It looks like it's going to be a Barcelona throw-in on this near side. They take it quickly. Lewandowski wasn't offside. He's been kept onside by Bastoni. Fort has it. We're in the last minute of extra time. De Jong. Fort. Yamal. He can't get past his defender this time. Inter will try to run away with the ball on the far side. But Rafinha comes back to help his defence. Martin plays it forward. 10 seconds remaining of extra time plus any additional minutes. Gavi now has the ball. This will likely be Barcelona's last attack. Fermin Lopez. Back to Gavi. He looks up. He puts the cross in. It's headed clear by Inter. They head it out on the second attempt by Taremi. We'll have 2 minutes of additional time in extra time. Will Inter Milan hold on? There's Frenkie de Jong. Out to Lamine Yamal. Cross comes in. It's flicked on. It's cleared by De Vrij. Comes back out towards Yamal. He'll leave it for a throw-in. He takes it quickly. 90 seconds remaining. Rafinha. Cross comes in as a deep one towards Fermin Lopez. He heads it across the 6-yard box and it's cleared at the near post. And in the end, the Inter player goes down injured. He was clattered into by Araujo. It was really brave defending by De Vrij, taken out by Araujo. De Vrij will, of course, take as long as possible to get up now, as Inter will look to wind down the clock. And this will be a memorable night for the home fans if Inter can hold on for the remaining 45 seconds. Jan Sommer will take this free kick and he'll look to blast it into Barcelona's half. He knocks it long towards that man Marcus Thuram. Barca win the header, but it comes loose to Thuram. He's fouled though, surely. There's a delayed whistle blow by the referee. Thuram stays down. Frenkie de Jong's trying to get him up. There's a foul by de Jong, just going into the side of the France forward. And surely Inter will look to play this in the corner. And Cherby is telling his teammates to go into the corner. That's where he's going to look to flick it, and he does just that. It's just a little too long for one of his players. It goes out for a goal kick. Over 2 minutes of extra time have been played, and the final whistle blows, and Inter Milan are through to the final. It has been one of the most epic semi-finals in the history of the UEFA Champions League. The home fans can't believe it. The players can't believe it. Simone Inzaghi is ecstatic. The Barcelona players are distraught. Inter Milan had a 2-0 lead in the first half thanks to a goal from Lautaro Martinez and a penalty from Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Barcelona came out of the blocks in the second half. Eric Garcia and Dani Olmo made it 2-2 on the night. Then Rafinha in the 87th minute thought he'd put Barcelona into the final, but there was yet another twist. In the 93rd minute, Francesco Acerbi got a late equalizer to make it 3-3 on the night, 6-6 on aggregate. Then we went to extra time, where the substitute David Fratesi scored in the 9th minute of extra time, and that would be enough to send this Inter Milan side through to the final of the Champions League for the second time in 3 seasons. They will face the winners of Arsenal versus Paris Saint-Germain. That semi-final takes place tomorrow on Wednesday, but this has been an absolutely cracking affair at the San Siro. It's finished on the night. Inter 4, Barcelona 3, and on aggregate, Inter Milan 7, Barcelona 6. Thank you for listening.